It is physically devastated. I mean, I myself feel completely devastated looking at the extent of the damage and the difficulties affecting the ordinary people. We watch it on television and etc., but the impact is not the same when we observe. But I'm also encouraged by the spirit of the people struggling to strive and survive under this difficult circumstances, and to the various enforcement agencies working hard and given a very, very difficult period. We can't, for example, our team, we have sent 3 teams. We have never had experience working in such a calamity and during winter. You know, we come from a region that have no experience winter, so it was tough. But then they were full of spirit, full of dedication. I'm very pleased that I was able to go there and personally express my profound appreciation for their excellent work.
I was going to ask you actually, because you've sent, as you say, search and rescue workers, medical professionals, members of our military there. So what are they telling you about the conditions there, and do they still have hope that they can find people alive underneath the wreckage?
Well, I think now, from all the reports I gathered on the ground, there is very little hope that they could have anyone surviving, given the weather and the conditions and the extent of the damage. But they said they will pursue to find bodies if they can. They have done a wonderful job with the equipments, and they have done wonderfully well. I mean, I can't exaggerate, but it's really something that you can see, not only the extent of devastation, but the capacity and the dedication of these workers, both from Türkiye and from Malaysia and other parts of the world.
Can you just give me a few more details about what exactly you've provided to Turkey? How many people, what kind of aid you've sent?
I think total now exceeded 300, mainly the rescue team, we call SMART. Then there is this paramilitary outfit that support the system. Then the medical outfit, doctors and nurses, and even a temporary makeshift hospital provided by the army. And I think that's about it. But they work in a coordinated team with the local agencies.
And why did you decide to send aid? Because obviously a lot of countries have offered help to Turkey, but not everyone. But why, in your case, did you decide to do this?
Turkey has a special place for Malaysia, very close, not only the President Tayyip Erdogan, but also the whole government and the people. There's historical antecedents. But more than that, I think it's our responsibility. When we were in difficulty, Turkey was one of the first countries that came and helped. And incidentally, when we had some problems, even some economic issues, COVID, and recently affected some of the companies dealing with the airports, the government took it as their part of their responsibility to try and alleviate some of the problems. So this is therefore a country that have special relationship. Me personally, of course, but then the country as a whole. And particularly, I've just assumed office, and I think we would like to enhance the bilateral relations. But more out of responsibility, people feel this outpouring of sympathy and grief throughout the country. It's amazing. Even when we initially just raised funds, a matter of days, for a small country, relatively developing country, to secure $10 million, immediately, I think this is something which is extraordinary, which means that Turkey has a special place for us.
And why personally come now? Because obviously it's over a week now since the earthquakes have happened. You've sent aid yourself already, but why make the personal visit?
Well, 2 reasons. Number one, in the first few days, of course, we'll have to wait for the clearance of the government, and I think the president, the entire government will be focused on the area, and there's no time to actually manage visits from other countries. But I thought it is my responsibility to come personally to thank the workers and to express my sentiments of sympathy and support to the president and the people of Turkey.
And also, you mentioned that Turkish government in the past has helped your country in times of difficulty. Obviously, you do have natural disasters in Malaysia as well, not so much in terms of large earthquakes like this, but other things. So has the Turkish government in the past helped with these kinds of issues? Is this the area we're talking about as well?
Yeah, partly through this sort of rescue teams, minimally, because we don't have the catastrophe of this scale, or far from, you know, because no typhoon, no earthquake in Malaysia, thank God. But then for example, during COVID, assistance during COVID, and also some of the issues affecting our people on the ground, including, as I alluded to earlier, companies and how the Turkish government portrayed their sympathy and support. So I think we should only need to reciprocate.
And also, I understand your country quite a few years ago now, but you experienced in 2004 the Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami, and you weren't affected as badly as some of the other countries at that point, but nevertheless it was a bad experience for Malaysia. But what sort of things do you think your search and rescue teams can offer Turkey at the moment? What sort of specialist knowledge can they have? What can they contribute?
Well, we had some experience, and I think I was pleased to hear that they were even successful in securing, saving lives. I think 5 in that particular area, 2 meters in. You have to use all this sophisticated equipment, and I think they must have had some experience because they have been sent to many countries, but they had no experience working in the winter, but they managed.
And how long will they stay? And do you plan to send any more aid to Turkey?
We've sent 3 teams. I'll be discussing with the president. We will certainly do more. But you know, Turkey has this huge capacity nationally too, in terms of resource, in terms of facility capacity. I think we will need to raise funds and then to support the relief efforts here, housing and medical facilities. Will continue, of course. And I think it makes it easy because then the general population, Muslims and non-Muslims in Malaysia, seems to be, you know, so committed to assist. And I think that makes things much easier for us.
Okay, Prime Minister, thank you very much.
Thank you. Tashakkur.